She danced and danced and danced. And then the prince, who was already getting bored, as none of the maidens had impressed him, noticed Olamma. He smiled, enchanted by her natural elegance and the pure joy in her dance. As she danced, lost in the music, the prince made his way through the crowd towards her. The villagers watched in shock and disbelief. Olamma, the thin girl in rags, was dancing beautifully, capturing the prince's attention. Olamma, still unaware of the prince's presence, continued to dance, her heart light and free. When she finally stopped, breathless and glowing, she saw the prince standing before her, her eyes widened in shock, surprise, and fear, unsure of what to expect. The prince smiled warmly at her and then turned to his mother, the queen, who was watching from her throne.
"Mother, I found my bride,"
the prince said, his voice clear and confident. The villagers gasped in amazement. Aunty Ngozi and her daughter stood frozen in shock, unable to believe what was happening. Olamma, still trying to comprehend the moment, felt tears of joy welling up in her eyes. The prince took Olamma's hand gently.
"You dance with a beauty and spirit that none of the others possess. Will you be my queen?"
Olamma, her voice trembling, nodded.
"Yes, I will,"
she said softly. The villagers erupted in applause and cheers, their earlier mockery forgotten. Olamma's heart soared as she realized that her kindness, resilience, and love for dancing had led her to this incredible moment. The queen had no choice but to accept Olamma. The prince, determined to honor his decision, ordered the maids to bathe, feed, and clothe Olamma, adorning her with jewels in preparation for the marriage ceremony. As Olamma was transformed, she felt a mix of disbelief and gratitude. Back in Aunty Ngozi's home, Amara, Chinyere, and their mother were left in shock and shame. Their compound remained dirty and the plates unwashed, as Olamma was now staying in the palace quarters, receiving queenly treatment.
"Useless girls, you both can't even do anything, not even impressing the prince."
Aunty Ngozi was so miserable and always lashed out at her girls. They all couldn't comprehend how the girl they had mistreated and starved was now the future queen of Amankwe. The day of the marriage ceremony arrived, and it was a grand affair. The entire village gathered to witness the event, their eyes widened in awe and astonishment. The ladies, who had once mocked Olamma, now watched in speechless admiration as she walked gracefully beside the prince. Her beauty and poise undeniable as she now looked plump and well-fed. Aunty Ngozi and her girls watched from the back of the crowd. They were too ashamed to even show their faces, but Olamma spotted them and gestured them to come closer.
"I am sorry, my child. I mistreated you. It was the devil's handwork. Please forgive us."
"It's okay, Auntie. You are forgiven."
Olamma forgave them because she knew everything was God's plan, although she kept her distance from them. The ceremony was loud and joyous, with music, dancing, and feasting. The villagers who had once ridiculed Olamma now celebrated her, their earlier scorn replaced with respect and admiration. Olamma's heart swelled with gratitude as she looked at the faces of those who had once been her tormentors. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had triumphed over adversity with grace and dignity. Olamma felt grateful to God for preparing a table before her in the presence of her enemies. Those who had addressed her as slave now bowed and addressed her as my queen. As she stood by the prince, Olamma knew that her mother's spirit was with her, proud of the woman she had become. She had found her place, not just as a queen, but as a symbol of hope and resilience to all who knew her story. The prince, now crowned king, and his queen, Olamma, ruled the kingdom with grace and wisdom. Olamma's journey from rags to riches became a cherished legend, reminding everyone that with kindness and resilience, even the most unlikely dreams could come true. The moral lesson of this story is that kindness, resilience, and inner beauty can triumph over adversity Despite facing cruelty and hardship, Olamma's compassion and grace led her to an extraordinary destiny. Her journey teaches that true worth is found in one's character and heart, not in the outward appearances, and that acts of kindness and a strong spirit can bring about remarkable